What I enjoy about the outdoors is to get outside when you are in a difficult point in your life and you can just kind of forget about everything and focus on what's around you instead of what's going on inside your head. I think it's going to be awesome. Yesterday was good. Should be the same conditions as today, so it should be relatively good once the fog clears and you can actually see fish. My name is Nathan Wilson. I'm a part-time fishing guide, a full-time fly tyer, and I build fishing kayaks. Growing up, my dad used to take us to the beach a lot. He was a surfer and fisherman and stuff, and so we pretty much learned how to swim at the same time we learned how to walk. And he would always tell us, he's like, you can run around naked with your hair on fire if you want, which pretty much was the okay for me and my brother to do whatever we felt like doing. Like, just go be yourself out in nature and have fun. We never went to Disney World or any of that stuff as kids. It was go to the beach or go to the woods or go to the river. It was kind of like going to church for us. My family wasn't religious, but nature was church to my family and my parents, and they kind of taught us that from the get-go. My mom was a history and science teacher. My dad, he was a park ranger and fishing guide and duck hunting guide. When I was younger especially, I always wanted to do something in the outdoors industry, but I saw like the struggles my dad had. Just guiding isn't a consistent business. By the time I graduated high school, I kind of had a totally different plan. For like a solid 6 years, I was working in tattooing, kind of pushed a bunch of stuff away that I enjoyed doing, because I was so worried about breaking my hands. Like if you ruin your hands, that's your money making right there. So I was really, really focusing on tattooing. And then I got hit by a car. I was riding my bike home and a lady ran a light and ran me over on my bicycle. It was a hit and run. She just hopped on the highway and took off. I had severe damage to my hand. They had to call in a special hand surgeon, and they said it was probably about a 50-60% chance that I was even gonna be able to use my hand again. I did 2 years of physical therapy to learn how to touch my fingers together and pick things up and just learn like basic motor skills. I was really going through my head, like, what am I gonna do? I put all my eggs into one basket with tattooing. My buddy Ryan, he was working at a kayak shop at the time. They needed some help. I started working over there.
Oh, big baby! Oh, Ryan, hell yeah, man. That, dude. That would be a chopfish.
I hear all the time, like, oh, you can fly fish in Texas, which is pretty funny, man, because I've been doing it now for 22 years. And, the guys that I learned from or, friends of my dad's that did it, they're all in their 60s and 70s now, and they've been doing it since the 60s and 70s, like. Most people think of fly fishing and they think of like a river runs through it or someone trout fishing a stream in Montana or Idaho or in the Virginias or something, but they don't think of going down to the Texas coast and fly fishing. People look past it because they just want to go to a further destination, you know what I mean? If you live in Austin and you tell someone, yeah, we went down to Rockport, you know, it's like, oh, cool. If you traveled to Mexico or the Bahamas to go fish, you know, it's like more of an adventure. But I feel like you can have just as good a time somewhere around here. Central Texas and South Texas coast is one of the windiest places in the United States. You know, if you average 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, 60% of the year or more, you've got to learn how to use it, you know what I mean? It's Texas, man, we can go through 4 seasons in one day, so it's really important to pay attention to the water. But you know, you catch days where, you know, you can get a little surfing in the morning, go flats fishing in the afternoon. I mean, that doesn't get much better than that, man. I mean, I guess if I could squeeze in some duck hunting or dove hunting somewhere in there too. If you're not having a good time, my dad's kind of philosophy was like, what's the point of doing it? You know, you've got to do some stuff in your life that is difficult or hard, but if you're not enjoying your work, you're wasting your life because, you know, that's eating up part of your time here on this planet. Marsh meditation kind of came around as just like a silly phrase me and my buddies would say, you know, gotta go meditate, which meant, you know, I'm gonna go duck hunt or go fish, whatever, go get outside. You can clear your head. You can focus on, you know, catching that one fish. You can just focus on being on the outdoors. It's really just what you want to get out of it. My dad passed away a few years ago, and it was pretty rough. It still is rough, man. He kind of was who I model my life after, and he dealt with some issues through his life, and I knew, you know, him being outside and in the outdoors always helped him. It's just really helped me not get into a depressed state, or, you know, when I am depressed or thinking about something, I can remember good times I had with him, or, you know, even just thinking of, you know, how much fun he would have been having in this same situation kind of deal, and just how much fun or joy it brings to me or my friends. You know, I'd taken his ashes to places where we used to duck hunt or go fish, and, you know, certain flats, certain marsh areas we would hunt, and, you know, I'll spread him out there. Favorite surf spots, you know, up and down the Texas coast. You know, I like him to be with me everywhere, and he is, you know, when I'm out there, that's him, so, yeah.